So today I wanted to talk about and review Phantom Breaker Omnia, a 2022 released fighting game, anime fighting game from Rocket Panda Games. I think that Phantom Breaker Omnia is kind of a hidden gem, really. Not a lot of people know about it, not a lot of people have interest in the game. But I think it's a game that's worth giving a try, at the very least.
I'm sure Uncle's waiting
I think it's a very fun game. It's probably one of my favorite anime fighting games of all time. You know, I'd be willing to play this game over maybe like a Guilty Gear or a Blaze Blue, because you know, I really do like the game. I think it's a very fun game.
I know it's a lot to take in, but the important part is that I need you to disappear.
It can be very serious at times. It can be very silly at times.
Well, mostly.
Let's get straight into the fun. So first off, Phantom Breaker Omnia features a system that has to do with styles. There are 3 styles in the game: Quick, Omnia, and Hard. Now these 3 styles, they widely change how the gameplay is going to function, right? The styles, think of them as Mortal Kombat character variations, right? You know how Mortal Kombat has different variations of characters you can select. That's basically what the style system is, except I feel like the style system in Phantom Breaker Omnia works a little bit better than the system that Mortal Kombat has in place. But so the 3 styles do work differently, obviously. So let's talk about quick style. Okay, so first thing to keep in mind with quick style is that quick style gives you the ability to quick jump. This gives you a lot more air mobility. The other styles do not let you double jump. So this is a quick style exclusive, if you will. That's another thing. In this game, running lets you pass through characters, which is pretty interesting. I don't really see that very often. I think Phantom Breaker is probably one of the only games I've ever seen that in off the top of my head. So Phantom Breaker is a 4-button fighting game. You have your light, your medium, your heavy, and your special button. This game is a simple input game, so there aren't any motions, there aren't any quarter circle forward motions, there aren't any DP motions, nothing like that. You just hit a direction and a button. So most of your moves are going to revolve around your special button. You hit forward and your special button, that's a move. You hit back and your special button, that's another move. Jump and special buttons aren't really a thing in this game. I don't think any character has a jump special button. Down and special, that's a move. There are light. You can do light variations of your moves, right? So that's just my forward special, and this is my forward light special. And it's an anti-air instead of being straightforward, right? Same thing, this one is down light special. It's more of a again, it's more of an anti-air that goes more at a straight angle rather than more like I'd say maybe like around like a 30-degree angle, 30-45 degree angle. That's my special backlight. And that's the back special. So there's that to keep in mind. And you also have heavy variations, which essentially work as your EX moves, right? So this is my forward heavy special. This is my back heavy special, and this is my down heavy special. And that was the normal down special, and this is the down light special. So the game definitely gives you some stuff to work with, right? Now let's talk about quick styles combo ability. So you can chain things relatively easy in this game. You know, you can do your standard light, heavy, light, medium, heavy that anime fighters usually have as a default combo. You can do your heavy, medium, light, medium, heavy special. You can do it medium, light, heavy. You can do a crouch light into a medium, heavy. So you know, there's definitely some possibilities, right? You can link 3 of all of your buttons together. So what I mean by that is you can link 3 lights, you can link 3 mediums, you can link 3 heavies, and that's only in the quick style. You can't do that in the other quick styles, or I'm not in the other game styles, right? You can't do that with Omnia, you can't do that with hard. That's a quick style thing only. So 1, 2, 3, that's a combo. 1, 2, 3, a combo. 1, 2, 3, that's a combo. And you can normally chain all of that stuff together. It's a matter of whether your character might push themselves back too far, so you won't have the range to do that. You can link all 3 of those into one large combo. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's a combo. And if you want to get a little bit more creative on them, you can even do your 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then link that into a super. I thought I can get smart and link that into another 3-hit heavy. But yeah, the quick style has some pretty good combo ability. Something else to keep in mind about quick style is that if you do select the quick style, you will have more mobility. There will be more possibilities, and you know, it lives up to the title. It's definitely a quick style of gameplay, right? But something to keep in mind with it is that normally in fighting games, the quicker characters normally have less health, and this is true with the quick style. If you do select the quick style, you will have significantly less health than the other 2 styles, which would be Omnia and Hard. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is that your super, which is your special and your heavy neutral, that's going to be your big flashy special move. That will be different depending on what style you're playing. I believe yeah, I'm pretty sure all of them have actually, I think maybe Quick and Omnia share the super, but Quick and Hard definitely are different supers. So you know, that's another thing to keep in mind when you're selecting your style. So another thing about quick style is you can dodge parry in this game, and that is something that is exclusive to the quick style. You just have to hit forward. Obviously you have to time it, but you just have to hit forward before you get bonked in the face, and you will dodge parry. So that's another thing about quick style. Another thing about quick style is your drive mode. So in this game you have your overdrive, which is essentially it's essentially kind of like it's basically a temporary buff, and in quick style, when you use your drive, you become quicker, you become more agile. You become more basically dominant, because in quick style you have so much more mobility than in the other two styles. So that's another thing to keep in mind with quick style. The overdrive will make you a lot quicker in this game, and that is quick style exclusive. I believe in hard mode your overdrive makes you more tanky, so that's another thing to keep in mind with quick style. And that's pretty much it about quick style. The only other thing I could think about is quick style does only allow you to get up to 2 bars a meter. I think I believe the mode that allows you to have the most bars is your Omnia. With hard style, first of all, you lose your ability to double jump, and you can no longer link 3 of the same stuff together, right? You can no longer link 3 of your lights, you can no longer link 3 of your mediums, and you cannot link well, I guess you can do that, but that doesn't really count because that was a grab. But you can't link.
Look at you.
Oh yeah, okay. So your heavies become the only thing that you can link into each other, right? 1, 2, 3. That is the only 3 that you maintain. But your ability to link 3 of your lights and 3 of your mediums goes away in hard mode. You can still link your, your typical 4 hits. That's gonna be universal. All right, you don't have to worry about that. The whole the whole dynamic with the special inputs, that's all going to remain the same. This is also a 2 meter mode. You can only have up to 2 meters in the hard style. And this mode will also have a different super than the one that you had in quick mode. Another thing is that in this mode is the parry is still a thing, but it will no longer be a dodge parry. It will be more of a regular parry. It'll be more of a regular parry that gives you an advantage over your opponent. It will be essentially a counter parry, is essentially what you have in this game, and it works the same. You just need to time it, hit forward, and you will parry the attack. Overdrive in this mode will no longer make you fast. The way that the overdrive will work in this hard mode is it basically makes you beefier, right? It makes you more tanky. It allows you to get hit outside the head a little bit more than normal. You also have more health in this mode, right? So quick mode gives you the least amount of health, and hard mode will give you the most amount of health out of all 3 of the styles. Something I forgot to mention earlier is your special. So this is the button that you're going to use to do all your fancy moves, all that good stuff. But it does have another functionality. If you just hit a neutral a neutral special. It will, and if you manage to hit, it will force a wall bounce, which you know, that's pretty cool if you want to do some combo stuff. So you know, that's one thing I forgot to mention. Another thing about hardstyle is that you get an additional button that you don't get in Quick or Omnia, and that is specifically your back medium. Your back medium is going to be different from what you get in Quick style. Okay, so last but not least, arguably the most important style out of the three is the Omnia style, right? It has the name of the game, right? So Omnia is kind of a weird blend of the two, I guess, main style. Your health is more, you know, neutral, right? Quick style lowers your health a little bit. Hard style bumps your health up a little bit. And Omnia is kind of that, the middle ground in that situation. Omnia style also gives you the most amount of meter to work with. The other two styles give you 2 meter, and Omnia allows you to have up to 4 meter. And a lot of the things that you could do in hard and quick are no longer applicable in Omnia style. One of the main reasons to play the Omnia style is that I think the Omnia style is the most, I guess, beginner friendly, you could say. So if you remember, in quick style you could do up to 3 auto combo hits of any of your 3 buttons, and in hard style you can do that only with your heavy button. In Omnia style you can do it with all 3 of your buttons again. But the thing about the Omnia style is that it gives you additional hits that you don't get in the other 2 modes. For example, this is just me smashing my light. This is going to be just mashing my medium. This is mashing my heavy. And you can also almost link every single one of these into an entire combo. So you know, this mode, it definitely caters to beginners a lot more. If you want to just, you know, get in here and you just mash buttons and do stuff, then this is the mode for you, for sure. You know, this allows you just kind of to hit buttons and, you know, live your life.
My blades are
So yeah, Omnia is, you know, essentially just it just kind of glorifies auto combos, which, you know, you could argue whether that's a good thing or bad thing. You know, auto combos don't exactly have a great reputation in the FGC after you know, KOF 14. You know, that kind of it kind of soiled the reputation for auto combos. But you know, I think auto combos are kind of a necessary thing for, you know, the casuals, right? You know, they just kind of want to get into the game and, you know, hit buttons. You know, they just want to have fun. They're not looking to learn all of this complicated combo building stuff the way that the rest of us live for, right? This is, you know, the combo stuff is the best part about fighting games to us, right? But you know, some people just, you know, they just kind of want to get into a fighting game, you know, hit buttons and have a good time, right? And that's fine. And you know, I don't think that, you know, the Omnia style ruins the overall experience of the gameplay. I don't think it's, you know, on a KOF 14 level of overpowered. So you know, I don't really mind it all that much. You know, it's just not something that bothers me. You know, auto combos have never really bothered me unless it's in KOF 14. But yeah, overall the gameplay it's pretty solid. It's a very fun. Well, it's a very fun play, and it's very simple and easy to get into. I think this is probably one of the more beginner-friendly fighting games in the market. So for single-player content, you know, you got your story modes. From what I've played of the story modes, it seems like every story mode is an average of around an hour. Maybe like an hour and some change, maybe. So you know, there's definitely some single-player content to play through, right? You got it's a mesh of story from Phantom Breaker Extra and the Phantom Breaker Omnia. The story mode is played out in a light novel fashion similar to Blaze Blue, Persona 4, or Under Night and Birthday. You got your standard, you know, arcade versus endless modes. Now the online situation is a little bit iffy with Phantom Breaker Omnia. So the problem is that, you know, this game is a delayed netcode based game. It is not rollback netcode, which I know is a deal breaker to a lot of people. It is, you know, as we continue growing as a community, delay-based netcode is becoming less and less accepted in these modern fighting games, and you know, I completely agree and understand why a delay netcode-based game would be a deal breaker. I mean, a deal breaker to a lot of people. You know, fighting games are most of them are built around playing with other people. Especially a lot of these modern games, right? A lot of the modern fighting games aren't pushing single-player content as much as they used to. So because they are pushing for such more online-based gameplay with these new modern fighting games, having good online play is essential. It is no longer acceptable to have delayed netcode game, alright? And the Western developers of Phantom Breaker Omnia understand this fact, and they did try to push for a rollback netcode, but the Japanese developers just, you know, they weren't having it. They didn't have the money to do that, right? Phantom Breaker Omnia, you know, putting it bluntly, it isn't a Street Fighter, it isn't a King of Fighters, it isn't a Tekken, it isn't a Mortal Kombat. They don't have the money to put into a rollback netcode for a small game like this, and I understand that. And you know, the Western developers, you know, they also understand this. And you know, the Western developers are very transparent. There's a very active community for Phantom Breaker, and I hope that the game can get bigger, and as the game grows, we can get hopefully a rollback netcode update sometime in the future. But for now, it is delay-based netcode. I am also playing this on the PlayStation, and getting a match is I could not get a match for the life of to save me. I could not get a damn match. So you know, the online play, it's definitely not Phantom Breaker's strong suit. So another thing about Phantom Breaker Omnia to keep in mind is that this game does not have a traditional tutorial, right? Normally tutorials, you either have Kai telling you how to play the game using all these baby words, or you have a disrespectful ass little fucking rabbit girl talking down to you and shit, or you have some text boxes popping up while you're, you know, in your training stage doing what the prompts tell you to do. Phantom Breaker Omnia doesn't do that. They just kind of give you a manual, and you just kind of have to read. And don't get me wrong, it definitely goes into detail, right? It goes into extensive detail of everything that you may need to know about the game. It goes into a lot of detail. Alright, a lot of detail. Alright, look at this. Look at this. Like, Jesus Christ. This is the size of the Great Gatsby, bro. What is this shit? Look at this. So, yeah, to say the least, you know, I think you're better off watching the tutorials that they upload on their channel, you know, their character breakdowns, because, you know, me personally, I would not read this fucking manual, alright? This is, I'd rather read the Great Gatsby or the fucking Awakening. That was a shitty book. I'd rather read Shakespeare, okay? This is a very large manual, alright? This isn't exactly a very fun-sized manual. This is a family-sized, alright? This is a actually, no, this isn't family-sized. This is a party-sized manual, alright? So, yeah, you know, so if you wanna do some reading, you know, yeah, there are a lot of words in this manual. You know, there's plenty of words if you like words. So you don't have to worry about that. Alright, so you know how I feel about a fighting game soundtrack. Fighting game OSTs are probably one of the most important parts of a fighting game to me. I love a good fighting game soundtrack, right? And Phantom Breaker Omnia definitely did not miss with the soundtrack, right? They had hits after hits after hits with this game. Now, something to keep in mind with Phantom Breaker Omnia is that it does let you choose from the classic music and the remixed Omnia versions. The classic versions are obviously from the original Phantom Breaker and Phantom Breaker Extra. The remixes are all from Phantom Breaker Omnia. You can choose to either play the original or the remixes. And for the sake of time, I will be doing the remixes from Phantom Breaker Omnia only. But do keep in mind that the original versions are just as fire as the remixed versions. Alright, So let me show you some examples of the heat that Phantom Breaker Omnia brought to the table, alright? you know, overall, I think it was a very solid soundtrack. Yeah, I thought it was phenomenal. Nothing more to say. You know, it was just hit after hit after hit. Soundtrack is incredible. The originals were already fucking amazing in my opinion. So, you know, it was to be expected that the remixes were going to be just as good as the original. Some final thoughts about the game. I think Phantom Breaker Omnia is definitely one of my more favorite fighting games of the modern anime fighting game market. I think it's definitely my favorite. It's honestly probably my favorite fighting game of 2022. It's a very fun game. Something that I would probably like to see from Phantom Breaker is to expand on the game, right? I don't want the game to fall into obscurity, right? I don't want the game to die out like DNF Duel. I want them, actually, I want them to be exactly like DNF Duel, if anything. You know, DNF Duel has already revealed that they do plan on having a season pass. They're gonna have some DLCs, and I would like to see that from Phantom Breaker Omnia, because modern day market, you can't really just pump out games anymore, right? You need to have a long lifespan for your game if you want it to be successful in the fighting game industry. And I don't want Phantom Breaker Omnia to just die out. I want them to have DLCs. I want them to expand on the game. You know, I know they have I believe they have a manga coming out.
Can't wait to break you open.
You know, I'd like to see them maybe consider maybe like having a short little anime series, you know, a short little OVA, going into depth with the story a bit more. So yeah, I'd like to see them, you know, maybe consider doing some other stuff with the IP. I'd like to see them continue, you know, because Phantom Breaker has a really strong and active community, right? It's a very dedicated community, full of a lot of very accepting people. You know, they're very welcoming to the newcomers, if you will. And you know, that's great to see. And you know, this is also a very affordable game, right? You know, it's like a $40 game last time I checked. So another thing is, I would love to see a sequel. Like I said, if they can, you know, I think it's definitely very possible for them to do this.
People aren't toys you get to break.
But if there's anything I would love to see from Phantom Breaker is a sequel. I want them to continue the story. I want them to, you know, and be able to make a great game. Because, you know, I think that they can make something incredible. You know, make some new sprites for the characters. Make the game a little bit more cinematic. You know, maybe like something like Guilty Gear or Blaze Blue. you know, I think that would be pretty great. And you know, I think the story concept is, you know, it's not it's not anything like very crazy, right? It's not like on the level of Mortal Kombat, or you know, it's definitely not like a Blaze Blue, you know, fucking story. But I think the story is pretty damn interesting, and I'd like to see how, you know, I'd like to see what happens with the characters, right? So yeah, overall, I think I would love to see the game, you know, do great things. I don't want it just to be kind of like a one-time thing, right? I don't want it to just be like, all right, let's just get this game out. Let the Western developers do their thing, and let's just be done with it, right? I want them to. I would like to see them do more with the IP. Definitely, I would like to see them work on the online. I think that's kind of a given. You know, these days the late net code game is kind of a deal breaker. But I think it's an affordable game, and I think it's a pretty fun game. And honestly, I think it's worth purchasing it. I think it's a pretty easy game to get into.
Frightens me. It feels so volatile.
There's a lot of single player content to play through with all the stories for all of the characters and the stories from the previous games. You know, there's definitely a cesspool of content here.
Tempo? Are you the warm-up?
But yeah, that's basically my overall thoughts on the game. I don't want it to fall into obscurity. You know, I wanted to do a DNF duel and surprise us all with some DLC, right? Because you know, the Japanese developers definitely have some you know, they have some IPs to work with, right? You know, maybe like they could implement some more characters from the Steins Gate series. I think that would be pretty cool to see. Overall, I think Phantom Breaker is a 7 out of 10 game at best. I think the game can definitely be a lot better. Overall, I think the things that stop it from being what it could be is the fact that, you know, the online play, another thing would be, you know, the characters, they're very anime, right? But I think they're pretty plain, right? They're pretty standard, you know, anime tropes, right? Now they're not exactly like super crazy characters, like they're not a they don't have Tremor, they don't have like a Kinshi or a Zato or anything like that, right? They don't have any I don't know, any Xanadu. So yeah, I think the characters are a little bit bland. Another thing is the art style. I know that a lot of people might not like the art style because it's definitely, you know, that more old school anime style.
This doesn't help your sister in the least.
Something that I do very much so appreciate is the fact that it is, you know, very much so completely dubbed, right? It's completely dubbed. All of the story modes are dubbed. Everything is nice and translated for you, because the original games are Japanese games, so they were Japanese exclusive games, so you know they weren't really translated, right? And you know, for someone like me who is legally blind, you know, I can't read subtitles or and anything like that. I appreciate it when a game is completely dubbed. It's very helpful for me to understand the story. So I think that's pretty great. I think the fact that the tutorial is basically just kind of like basically a fucking manual, a damn PowerPoint.
Don't take me lightly.
I think that's also kind of a turn off, because goddamn, I am not trying to read a goddamn a medical. I'm not trying to read a medical examination, right? I'm trying to play a fucking game, right? I want to get in here. I want to get in here and beat people up. So you know that's also something that I'm personally not a fan of. But you know, I understand it. You know, they weren't really exactly given, you know, they weren't exactly given a gigantic Street Fighter budget to, you know, do everything that they wanted to do. But I think they still made a pretty damn solid game with the stuff they were given. I think they did a really good job with what they were able to do with what they had. And if I was judging based off that and based off my own personal feelings, I think that Phantom Breaker Omnia would be a 10 out of 10 game. It's definitely one of my favorite anime fighters of 2022. But I also need to keep in mind that I am reviewing this, so I need to be harsh, and I need to look at it objectively. And you know, the highest I can give it is, you know, a 7 out of 10. Overall, I think I definitely recommend the game. It's a very fun play. It's something very fun to pick up if you just want to play with your friends. It's very easy to get into, so you know, you wouldn't have to worry about people not knowing what the fuck they're doing. So yeah, solid game. 7 out of 10. 10 out of 10. If I'm judging it based off my own feelings. Go buy it. It's only like a $40 game, and you know, they sometimes put the game on. Quite often put the game on offer. So you know, you could save, you know, some dough. So yeah, go out and play some Phantom Breaker Omnia.